Okay, quite play one or two games in the afternoon. So, HermanSteiner. I've used this gambit before, so I'll use it now, I think. And I think I'll play actually maybe G6. Just trying to get a grip on. I think the light squares are important here. Maybe E6, although I'm weakening these dark squares a bit more. I usually play E5, but I think Bishop C4 is kind of slicing almost on these light squares. I've still got some control on D4. Maybe knight C6 will be good to really discourage D4 from white. Okay, knight C6 here. A5? Well, you can't play B4 at the moment anyway. Right, what about A6 and B5 and Bishop B7? Do something about this piece. So Bishop B7. Position looks okay. Don't know about E5 now. Maybe that's better than before. Then knight D4. I'll liberate this bishop a bit. No, not so much liberate, but I don't think, because the rook's moved anyway, F4 is going to be less dangerous later. If I get a knight D4, also this bishop will be blunted out. I think that's the main positional point, to try and blunt this bishop. Except C7 is a bit vulnerable, so I'll protect that. Knight D4. Okay, knight D4 now. Possible knight E5, knight takes B3. Yeah, that move's possible, I think. So knight takes D4. Aha, he might play knight E2, I guess. What about knight C6? Or D3? This bishop's still uncomfortable on F7. Yeah. So give him some sort of attack. What about so Queen D6? I'm going to try and share this C file. At the moment that's quite a good square, that C5. If H5, maybe Queen F4. Aha! Okay, what Bishop A6 now? Bishop C6? I think Bishop A8 is less committal. Play that one. Yeah, C5 has been very nicely used. What about King H8 and F5? There's knight G5, but I might be able to take. Sack the exchange on F7, but get some good pawns. I'll try that. So knight G5, F5. Knight F7 takes, bishop F7. Whoa! Alright, I'll play for F5 anyway. Just trying to liberate this bishop on the diagonal. My king might be in trouble, though. Queen D8 here. Queen D7. And just Queen B6. Again, trying to share the C file. It's a6 dropping off anyway. Going to tempo stops the use of c5 if he takes, that's cool. Finally c5 is sorted out. Right, now h6, knight f7, king h7, or just bishop d5 here, just challenging that bishop. Knight f7, king g8, knight d6, rook can move. Yeah, I think I'll go for that. Even bishop takes f7 and rook c2 can be considered. So I think I've come out of a difficult position there with that move queen b6. You have the c5 square, so that's a bit fortunate. And I've got potential use of the c file now for the rook. And e5 is also under fire. So it's looking a lot rosier than before. Head on the clock as well. So knight f7, maybe I just take bishop f7, bishop f7, bishop e5, rook e1, I've got bishop f6. Okay. e5 is a bit vulnerable. You might want to just move that. So how about bishop f6 here? Just want to drive this black and blockade. Oh, don't tell me I've just allowed h6 check. I have, haven't I? But is that dangerous? Let's go here. Blockade like this over here to stop knight d6. So it's down to a minute. I've got things like rook c2. So it's not looking bad. Okay. So rook c2 here. Is there any direct threats to be concerned about? Or should I just take and then king d6? Rook e8, that might be the safest actually. Just round up the e6 pawn. Play rook. In fact, the knight's on e7, so I could actually just play rook c2 here. I don't think his knight could come in. How about d3 first, just to stop knight e2. And f4 maybe, just squeeze that knight again. And g5 just in case. Now rounding up this pawn. Oh dear. Hard game chess, isn't it? I can round up this pawn, hold on. Getting this pawn. Right, king move over here maybe. And I'll get the rook back in to c1. Over c1. Can I take that without getting zapped? About knight e3. Oh, knight b3 check. King c3. I mean, that's still okay for me. I win a3 pawn. Otherwise I'm threatening rook f1. If I win a3, then b4's nearly dropping off. Well, I just play a5. Aha. Right, protect f4. 38 seconds. a5 coming up. Two pass pawns. Okay. Can his knight do everything? With 8 seconds left. Try and decoy the knight. Maybe 6. Decoy. To play b2. Yep, he's lost on time. Very difficult in that time pressure, in that position. So I'd managed to get my issues resolved there with the c5. So b5 actually wasn't maybe the greatest, because he's already got the semi-open c file, and I've just given him a great square on c5. So this wasn't the finest game ever. And I don't know, the queen invasion did have a slight snag of allowing queen b6 at a critical moment for me, so I sealed up c5. So that was very convenient, getting a c file as well. So a bit of luck there came in. Trying to squeeze his knight to make sure it had no squares. Fortunate to get that pawn, but I think I had the edge here now in the ending. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.